Okay, this is going to be a do-it-yourself video on how to do a whip stitch. Now, in the first one, I showed you how to thread the needle and how to make your knot on the end. So you can watch that one if you haven't seen that one yet. Then we're going to do a whip stitch now. So we have two pieces of fabric and the two edges are together like that. We're going to go in the back and maybe a centimeter down. We're going to come through, pull it till the knot is touching the back. Then we're going to go around behind it again, and we are going to make another hole right next to the last one. And we want it to be evenly spaced. And we want to make a diagonal, like that. Okay? If it's not diagonal, you can kind of push it over. And so this is the whip. Then the next thing you're going to learn is how to do the nay-nay. Just kidding. See how I'm using my finger to kind of guide it to be diagonal? But that is a funny way to remember that this is called the whip stitch, because it's also a dance move. And you're going to make them, do you see how they're evenly spaced? They're all lined up in the same direction, and they're the same distance down. So that's a good example of how to do this. So we're going to go, I would say about 2 inches, and I'm not going to go all 2 inches because I think you get the idea. I'm going to show you how to end it now, but your example is going to be about that long. So I don't know, maybe 10 stitches. So to end it, right now it's this long. Now, one thing I do need to tell you before I show you how to end it is that if you have less than from your thumb to your pinky available, you need to end it and then start a new one, because otherwise you won't have enough thread on your needle to end it. So we're going to go back through the last stitch. So we're going through that last hole that we already made, and we're going to do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and you can see that the thread is getting kind of short, so that's why you got to have at least that much. Then one last time you're going to come through this hole, but you're going to leave the needle halfway through like that. And then you're going to take the thread that's on the front part, so you have part of it attached, the part that's on the front, and you're going to wrap it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times around. Then grab the needle, pull it through, help guide the thread into the right spot, and then you're just going to push that little twisty spot down on there, and it makes a self-locking knot. Now for this one, you could cut the remaining thread short if you want to. You're not sure what the personality of your sculpture is going to be yet, so you might want to leave a little extra. So I'm going to leave it a little long for now, because I can always go back and trim it later. So that is a good example of how to do a whip stitch. Alright, and next video will be how to do a running stitch.